There are truths so ruthless that once you face them, you become dangerous in a way manipulators can no longer reach you, because you stop living inside comforting lies and start seeing reality as it is. We were raised on a soft story that sounds good but fails under pressure. The world is fair, people are kind, effort always pays off. But life doesn't shout this truth, it whispers it quietly. Life isn't fair. Not everyone plays clean, and effort without clarity will drain you dry. Marcus Aurelius warned us long ago that you have power over your mind, not over external events. And the moment you truly grasp that, you rise above most people without ever needing to dominate them. This is what dangerous intelligence really is, not manipulating others, but cutting through your own illusions before they destroy you, training the mind to see clearly, think sharply, and act calmly even when chaos surrounds you. Most decisions aren't born from logic. They're triggered by emotion and justified later with logic, like a press release written after the deal is already done. I once watched a man swear he bought an expensive gym membership because of science and strategy, but the truth was simpler. He had just gone through a divorce and wanted to feel seen again. The logic was camouflage. The emotion was the driver. You see this everywhere. Debates fueled by ego, resistance at work driven by fear of irrelevance, arguments that have nothing to do with facts and everything to do with identity. The Stoics understood this deeply. People are rarely fighting over the surface issue. They're fighting for pride, safety, and recognition. That's why dangerous intelligence means learning to pause when emotion rises, asking what you're really feeling before you act, and recognizing the emotional current driving others before you confront their logic. It also means accepting an uncomfortable truth. Everyone acts in their own interest, not as cynicism, but as reality. Even generosity carries motive. Even kindness is direction. I once admired a woman known for endless goodwill in her community, only to realize later she was preparing a political run. But instead of feeling deceived, I respected her clarity. She aligned her ambition with service. That's wisdom. Seneca warned that expecting people to act against their interests is like fighting gravity. It only exhausts you. Dangerous intelligence doesn't ask why people are selfish. It asks what they want and where interests align. And perhaps the hardest truth of all is this. Most people cannot handle the truth about themselves. They protect fragile self-images with excuses, blame, and stories that keep them trapped in the same pattern for years. I watched a friend blame politics and bad luck for being overlooked at work until the mirror revealed something he couldn't face, his own habits, his own behavior. His mind wasn't searching for truth. It was defending comfort. And that's the final divide. Those who grow are willing to see themselves clearly. Those who don't will fight anyone who holds up the mirror. If you can develop the courage to see emotions beneath logic, motives beneath behavior, and truth beneath excuses, including your own, you become quietly dangerous, calm under pressure, impossible to manipulate, and free in a way most people never experience. It was never seeking truth. It was seeking protection, and the Stoics called this self-deception a quiet form of slavery, because the moment you refuse to see your own role in the problem, you surrender the power to change it. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply, which is why he relentlessly questioned his own motives, confronted his flaws, and disciplined his ego, knowing that truth, however painful, is the only ground solid enough to build a life on. So ask yourself the questions most people avoid. What truth am I resisting? What feedback do I dismiss too quickly? Where am I lying to myself because reality feels uncomfortable? These questions hurt, but they free you, because while most people surround themselves with agreement and comfort, the dangerous mind seeks the voice that says, "You're wrong here. Fix it." And when you can face your own flaws without flinching, you become untouchable. As you grow, another brutal truth appears. Your success will make some people resent you, not because you change, but because your progress reflects what they chose not to become. I watched a friend rise from nothing to build a thriving business, and the moment his success became visible, support turned into sarcasm, praise into rumors, encouragement into quiet hostility. His success exposed their excuses, and envy disguised itself as criticism. Marcus Aurelius faced the same poison as emperor, and reminded himself that their bitterness was not his burden to carry. You don't dim your light to protect fragile egos. You stand firm and let your work speak, understanding that growth always tests not just your skill, but your circle. Then comes the realization most people never reach. Everyone is selling you something. Every interaction carries influence. Every gesture has a motive, whether conscious or not. I once met an old acquaintance for what felt like a warm reunion, only to realize halfway through that the nostalgia was packaging and the product was a sales pitch. She wasn't evil. She genuinely believed she was helping. But influence often wears the mask of kindness, urgency, or guilt. Marcus Aurelius trained himself to hear not just words, but intent beneath them. And that is your shield. Don't assume malice. Assume interest. And once you ask what someone really wants, you stop being a passive buyer in the marketplace of influence and become a conscious chooser. And finally, the lesson that saves years of misplaced loyalty. When people show you who they are, believe them. Not their words, not their promises, but their patterns. The way they treat waiters, how they keep small commitments, the jokes they tell when they think no one important is listening. I once ignored these signs in a business partner who exaggerated credit in meetings, then padded expenses, then crossed lines I should have seen coming. The signs were always there. I just didn't want to accept them. Dangerous intelligence is not cynicism. It is clarity. It is choosing to see reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. And when you do, manipulation loses its grip, confusion fades, and you move through the world awake, steady and impossible to control. For years, I told myself it was normal, that everyone cuts corners, that small red flags don't really mean anything. Until one day I discovered the same partner I kept excusing had been negotiating behind my back to erase me from the company entirely. And in that moment, the truth hit hard. The evidence had been there all along. I just didn't want to believe it. Maya Angelou captured this perfectly when she said that when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. And the Stoics live by this principle with ruthless clarity. Marcus Aurelius judged people not by speeches, apologies, or isolated good moments, but by consistent patterns. While Seneca warned that hoping someone will change their core nature is a losing bet. This is a rule that saves years of misplaced trust. Believe actions, not promises, patterns, not excuses. Consistency, not explanations. If someone gossips about others, they will gossip about you. If they break small commitments, they will break big ones. If they show disrespect when it costs them nothing, they will betray when the stakes are high. Dangerous intelligence is refusing to rewrite reality just to protect your feelings, adjusting your boundaries instead of inventing excuses for other people. And once you learn this, you see another uncomfortable truth. Comfort is one of the most dangerous enemies of growth. Comfort feels safe, warm, reassuring, but it is a soft cage that weakens you slowly and quietly. I once knew a brilliant engineer with great pay and easy work who didn't fail. He decayed. New challenges overwhelmed him, his edge dulled, and when the layoff finally came, the comfort he trusted collapsed beneath him. The Stoics understood this danger deeply, which is why Marcus Aurelius chose hardship over luxury, and Seneca practiced voluntary discomfort, knowing that if you only accept ease, you will shatter when hardship arrives. Growth demands discomfort by choice. Speaking when silence feels safer, training when rest tempts you, learning the skill that intimidates you. Because comfort kills more dreams than failure ever will. And then comes the final, most ruthless truth. You are going to die, and most of what drains your energy today will mean nothing. I watched a man transform when illness forced him to face the clock. Approval lost its power. Shallow conflicts disappeared. And he finally lived with clarity and intention. The Stoics called this memento mori. Not to create fear, but focus. Because remembering death strips life down to what actually matters. Ask yourself honestly, if you had 1 year left, would this argument matter? Would this approval chase be worth it? Would this fear still control you? Dangerous intelligence is cutting away the trivial, investing only in what will matter at the end, and living awake while others sleepwalk through distraction and illusion. These 8 lessons are not comforting, but they are freeing. And if you've stayed this far, you already feel the shift. Now the choice is yours. Truth over comfort, discipline over distraction, clarity over illusion.